We'll be live in like any minute. All right, folks on YouTube, I think we're live. I'll have to do the usual thing, the most annoying thing that I have to do for every YouTube live session. Can you please let us know in chat if the AV is clear? Hello, Ritik. Can you let us know if the AV is clear? Okay, awesome. Thank you, Aneha. Thank you for confirming. All right, folks, let's get started. First of all, sincere apologies. This session was supposed to be conducted yesterday. We'd done all the planning. The team had also joined it, but there were technical issues from our end, unfortunately, and then we just couldn't sort of, something went wrong at the end, and then we couldn't figure it out. So apologies for canceling it at the last minute. But we're back here today, and I'm quite excited about this session. The session has been conducted in the past as well. It's conducted every year. For 2IM, the good folks at SCMHRD come all the way down to Chennai. They conduct offline sessions. They conduct an online session as well. And every year, it's very useful. So I'm very excited that they're here and conducting this session for you folks. Before I introduce them to you, just some context about this session. Obviously, you know what this session is all about. They're going to talk about how to achieve a 99 percentile in SNAP 24. That is the focus of this session. Of course, they'll give you all the information about SNAP. They'll give you information about SCMHRD because these folks are from that institution. And then mainly they're going to discuss strategies to prepare and then score a 99 percentile in SNAP. Okay. Now, one thing from my end, and I keep telling this to all the 2IM students, and this is for everyone who's listening on YouTube. CAT is the most important exam, right? And these students will also agree. They were in your boat last year, so CAT is definitely very important. And by God's grace, you folks will get into some amazing institutions through CAT. But the fact of the matter is that not everyone can go to those top institutions. Not everyone can go to a black IIM simply because the competition is so intense. So putting all your eggs in the CAT basket is a bad strategy, right? I'm not mincing words. It's just a bad strategy. And from a perspective of an aspiring management professional, it's not a good strategy at all, right? So don't put all your eggs in the CAT basket. Definitely give your best for CAT. But there are some amazing other management entrance exams, and SNAP is one of them. So definitely my suggestion would be take SNAP very seriously. Hear these folks, learn about SNAP, fill in the application, and definitely attempt the exam. You can always make that final decision next year, but you should always keep your choices open. And SNAP, according to me, is definitely an excellent option. Okay, and by the way, this is not a sponsored session, right? So don't have to say this, but I'm saying this based on my experience. You should definitely take SNAP very seriously. Okay, all right. On that note, I'm going to introduce the three students that we have from the admissions and PR cell from SCMHRD. We have Sarthak Arora. And then we have Janvi Punjabi and Kripa Gopal Kumar. All right. So all of them are first-year students at SCMHRD. Kripa is from Infrastructure Development Management. That's her specialization. All of them are MBA first-year students with different specialization. So Kripa is doing her IDM, which is Infrastructure Development Management, and Janvi and Sarthak are from the HR specialization. Okay, so you'll get that sort of diverse view as well. Okay. All right, over to you folks. All the best. I'm going to be in the background. And of course, if you need me, I'll come back at the end as well. Okay. All right.
Thank you so much, sir, for that lovely introduction. And we are very happy to be here. And thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And welcome everybody, whoever there is on board on the YouTube channel. It's great to be here. It's great to have all of you guys here. And we are here to help you guys because, as sir said, we were on the other side of the screen. We all know about the anxieties and the questions you guys might have. And we totally get it. And we are here to help you guys. And yes, of course, we will talk about the SNAP examination. We will talk about SCMHRD because that is our college and we are really proud about it. And we also have a little surprise in between the presentation. And we would really love if you guys stay tuned because that is something which is worth the excitement, which is worth the wait. So I am Sarthak Arora. Yes, I am from the Human Resources batch. And my SNAP percentile was 99.17 last year in SNAP 2023. And with me, I have
Hello everyone, I'm Janvi Punjabi from HR batch of SCMHRD and I scored 99.7 percentile in SNAP exam.
Hello everyone, I'm Krupa Gopakumar and I'm pursuing my MBA in Infrastructure Development and Management and I scored 99.01 for my SNAP in last year.
We will start the session just now, and I assure you guys that we'll try not to bore you because we understand it is a session you guys might be excited about, and we'll definitely try not to bore you. We will try to keep it interactive. We would love to answer your doubts in the chat box. You're looking at the chat box and everything, so I think we are good to go. So moving on.
Okay, so since we are here to talk about one of the most premier B schools, that is SCMHRD, but before starting to talk about our college, we'll talk about the ticket to one of the best B schools, that is SNAP exam. So you all would have heard about SNAP exam, right? That it's a 60-minute, 60 questions test. So it is divided into 15 questions for 15 marks that are consist of for English, that is verbal reasoning, verbal ability, reading comprehension. Then 25 marks are for analytical and logical reasoning. And then we have quantitative data interpretation and data sufficiency that consists of 20 marks, 20 questions. The test duration, just like I said, that it's 60 minutes and you have number of attempts, that is 3. And we suggest that you should give all 3 attempts. It is not compulsory, but it is suggested. And every question is of 1 mark, just like I mentioned. And for every wrong answer you give, there's a 0.25 negative marking, and there's no marks or no negative marking for the questions you leave. And if you attempt all 3 attempts, or if you attempt the 2 attempts of the test, the best one would be selected. And just like I said, the number of questions are 60. Now, talking about the SNAP registration. So the SNAP registration began on 6th August and it is about to end on 22nd November. But we suggest that do not wait for the last date or, the last minute to come to register, because many times we think that कि जब time आएगा, last में आएगा, तब भर देंगे. But no, you should register it as soon as possible, because उससे क्या होगा कि the center you are going to get for giving the examination, you will be able to get it within your city or near your home. So the traveling time would be saved. For example, I registered for SNAP in one of the AOD session. Actually, me and Kripa both registered for SNAP in one of the AOD session, and Sarthak got a little late in registering for it, due to which he had to travel a long way and then give exam, and then he had to come back. So it became very exhausted for him. So moral of the story, be like Kripa and Janvi, not like Sarthak. And talking about the registration and ending date for SCMHRD, that would end 1 day prior to the first exam of SNAP, that is 7th December. Then the admit cards for these would be released 6 days prior to the exams. For example, the first exam of SNAP is on 8th December. So the admit card for that particular exam would be released on 2nd December. Then the second SNAP test is on 15 December. The admit card would be released on 9th December. The third test is on 21st December. The admit card would release on 15 December. And it is predicted, or it is thought of as of now, I mean, the tentative date for announcement of result is 8th January. Moving ahead.
So talking about one of the doubts which has been asked in the chat box, that can I switch sections in SNAP? Yes, you can start with the first question, then go to the 47th question, then come back to the 23rd, then go to the 60th question. There is no restriction in switching of the sections and the questions. And one more, that can I just attempt only 2 exams or all 3 are compulsory? Yes, you can attempt attempt 2 exams, or you can even give 1, but it is our personal advice, because again, you are being given 3 opportunities, so why not go for the best? So that is a very personal advice. I think everybody would agree, Janvi and Kripa would agree to that. It's better to give all the 3 attempts, because more opportunity, more the chances you get to go into a good B school like SCMHRD. So yes, but it is not compulsory, having said that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, because if you're going to give more number of exams, you don't know which day is going to be your day. And the best one is selected. The best part is that. So why not give all the 3 exams, so that your stakes or your chances of getting into the best, of getting into one of the premier B schools of the country gets high, right? So here we are with the registration link. Please take out your phones and scan this QR code. At least sign up so that you are able to get a SNAP ID so that you can generate a SNAP ID. So बाद में it will be easier for you to access and pay your fees. So it's not compulsory कि अभी के अभी fees pay करो, but at least sign up करके रख लो.
So also taking up a question about, is there any sectional cutoff? For SNAP, there is no sectional cutoff for normalizations, which we'll be discussing later. And also the syllabus also will be discussing later. So stay tuned.
Now we have talked about what is SNAP, right? We have also talked about registration. Now that you have registered, so every time the first thing that comes to your mind is कि क्या आएगा पेपर में, क्या पढ़ना चाहिए. So this is a list that we have prepared from the past experiences, from seeing the papers that came in the past years, to let you know कि क्या आ सकता है exam में. Just to give you a heads up, it's not an exhaustive list. It's a list prepared from our experiences. For example, in verbal ability in general English, we get questions from synonyms and antonyms, fill in the blanks, idioms and phrases, vocabulary, jumbled paragraphs. So my personal advice would be thorough with your basic grammar, because that's going to be very helpful for verbal ability in general English. Talking about logical reasoning, there are questions from portions like blood relations, arrangement, clocks and calendars, analogy, etc. Talking about quantitative ability and data interpretation, we have questions from arithmetic section, which includes percentages, profit and loss, interest, compound interest, simple interest. Then we have algebra, which consists of linear equations, quadratic equations, surds and indices, logarithms. So these are the kind of topics you should focus on. Then again, it's not an exhaustive list. Just try to prepare on these grounds, and even if you are preparing for other entrance exams, keep that concepts thorough.
So answering to the questions that we have got in the chat box, how to prepare for SNAP along with CAT. Again, we have shown the syllabus, and I would really request everybody to take a snapshot of this, because this is the most important slide according to me for aspirants, because this is not an exhaustive list, but these are the questions which we have seen have a high tendency of getting repeated, because we have also given a lot of mocks, we have also given the 3 attempts, and of course we have discussed this with a lot of people, that these are some of the very important topics. So yes, you should have an idea about these. And how to prepare along with CAT. Yes, give mocks for SNAP, prepare for these topics, and I think you will be good to go. And talking about more questions that somebody had asked, that is syllabus same for SNAP and other exams as CAT? Again, this is something, yes, some of the topics are overlapping with CAT, but some of them are different, which are not directly asked in CAT. So, but you sometimes get a directly 1 mark question and one in SNAP examination, and 1 mark actually matters a lot when it comes to SNAP examination, or for that matter, any examination. So yes, one more question, that I have a work ex of 25 months. What specializations would you suggest? I believe that is something which is very subjective, and it depends on person to person what you are interested in. Yes, we will be talking about the specializations that SCMHRD has to offer and what are the eligibility criteria when it comes to that. But I think I would really like to request you that to stay tuned in this, because we'll answer all the questions, and most of the questions that we are getting in the chat box, we will be answering them time and again, but most of the questions will be answered throughout the PPT, because this is something which we have kept in mind and made the presentation. So stay tuned, we'll definitely answer all your questions.
And guys, we appreciate your enthusiasm. You all are very interactive, so keep interacting, and we really appreciate it.
So now let's discuss about some of the most popular myths about SNAP. Before moving forward, let me ask you, how many of you think that SNAP is an easy exam? So please let us know about your thoughts on the comment section. Okay, so I'm getting so many comments so many of you think that SNAP is an easy exam. But let me tell you that the difficulty level of the question may be slightly different when compared to other management exams. But the thing is that SNAP is not a cakewalk. You have to prepare well for the SNAP exam. And SNAP is always about testing your time management skills. You have to attend 60 questions and you have 60 minutes of time. So the thing is, mission is about attempting maximum number of questions in minimum amount of time. And also above all that, no calculators are provided in SNAP exam. So please you have to be well good at your speed calculations so that you can attend most number of questions in minimum amount of time. The second one is about SNAP requires no different preparation. So before we have already discussed about the syllabus of SNAP exams. So there are some of the topics like, for example, in logical reasoning sessions, we have some of the topics like coding, decoding, blood relations, clocks and calendars. These topics are not usually asked in some of the other management exams. So it is very important for you to get an idea about all these topics because there is a probability that all these topics we might be getting direct questions from all these topics. So we have to make sure that you do not miss any opportunity to score your, attend all those direct questions or easy questions and maximize your scores. The next is the most common myth we hear all over, over years and years. So it is easy for engineers. It might be due to the concept that engineers are used to doing complex mathematical problems during their graduation or something. But let me tell you, the portions asked, we already saw the syllabus which asked for quantitative sessions. And let me remind you that the portions asked are not beyond your 10th standard. And we do have so many non-engineers in our class. And the best example is we have Janvi here in our session, which she's a non-engineer. So Janvi, would you like to add your insights or points?
Yeah, definitely. So I am a non-engineer. And so my background is BCom honors, right? And I had commerce, then I went for BCom honors. So of course, everyone has to work hard. So did I. But it was not like it was very difficult or something came out of the box. No, because maths 10th tak sabne padhi hoti hai, right? मैंने भी पढ़ी थी. So I just had to brush up those concepts because 10th tak ka hi maths aata hai, just on a little higher note. That's it. So you have to be very thorough with your concepts. And then again, you have to work hard. That's it.
So moving on, the next myth is that there is a sectional cutoff. So we have already discussed that there is no sectional cutoff for normalization in SNAP exam. And I think that is one of the most highlight of SNAP exams. Like SNAP is the only exam where you can score maximum for whatever sessions you are good at. So the common thing is that whatever sessions you are good at, try to attend maximum questions on that session and you can increase your overall percentile or scores in that. The next is that difficulty level is different across slots. So let me tell you that this topic is a little subjective. You don't have to worry about the difficulty level on each slots. So when I'm sharing about my experience, I have taken more than one attempt in SNAP. And last year, I felt for one of my session, I felt that the quantitative session was a little lengthy. And for my other attempt, I felt that the logical reason was a little difficult when compared to the other sessions. But you don't have to worry about that there is always a balance between the sessions in SNAP exams. So if you feel that the quant was a little tougher, you can score on the other two sessions. You can maximize your scores on the other two sessions. And there is always a balance between the sessions so you don't have to really worry about slots being different in different sections. And the next is that it is mandatory to give all three sections. So we have already mentioned that it is not mandatory to give all three sessions. But do remember that SNAP is the only exam which gives you three best opportunities to maximize your scores or improve your scores. So what I should say is that take your opportunities, maximize your scores, because this is the only exam where you get three chances. So now we hope that we have given you enough insights about the SNAP exams. So let's discuss some of the insights which helped us to crack the SNAP exams and score top percentiles. So the first is about time management is the key. So we have already discussed that SNAP exam is about time management and you have to really good with attempting all the maximum number of questions in minimum amount of time. And the next is that pick the right questions. You have to remember that SNAP is not only about time management, it is also about the accuracy of exam questions you're picking up. So there might be a chance there will be some tricky questions which you will be getting in SNAP exams, which will be taking more than 1 minute to solve it. So you have to be well versed with picking up the right questions at the, you have to solve it with minimum amount of time. So don't get stuck in the wrong questions where you take more time to solve it. So practicing of mocks is very important. It's of utmost important to know that you pick the right questions at the right time. Next is maximize the number of mocks and minimize stress. The more you do your practice or more you take the mocks you have, it is the less stress that you'll be having, and you'll be giving your best on your D-Day. And the final one is analyze and practice. The analyzing part is really important. Like after each of your mock tests, it is really important to take 1 to 2 hours of your time. Do analyze the mocks, like get to know which all sessions you went wrong, or which all sessions you are good at, which will be which will really help you in building up a strategy. And also do attempt maximum number of questions in whichever sessions you are good at. Since there is no sectional cutoff in SNAP exam, you have the all chances to score maximum in whatever sessions you are good at. So now we hope we have given you enough information and insights about the SNAP exams. Now it's time for the most exciting part of the sessions.
Before going to the exciting part, I would like to add something to analyze and practice. So, just like Kripa said, that analyzing is important. So, yes, it is very important. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, like when you are giving a mock, so the time is ticking, right? तो एक दिमाग में pressure रहता है, due to which you even skip or are not able to do the questions which you have a hold on. So analyzing helps you to get even more thorough with those questions. जिससे कई बार अगर वो same question repeat हो, or even if the questions which are of similar type come into the next SNAP mocks, so you will be easily able to solve it, and like this your SNAP score would keep on increasing in the mocks, and on D-Day you'll be able to perform fantastically well. So that is the reason why analyzing and practicing is so important. So guys, if you are giving 60 minutes of mock, at least keep 90 to 120 minutes for analyzing those mocks.
So answering to some of the questions which were there, that how can I improve my score in the mocks, or how can what are the number of mocks that I should give? I believe that more the merrier. The more you give, the better score you get, and the tendency of you getting this better score is more. And we also have an official SNAP mock test that is coming on the 4th of October. That is very important for, I think, it's very important for all of you to attempt, because that is directly coming from the official Symbiosis SNAP mock. So that is something which is very important. And how to analyze, I think we'll go to the next slide first, and then during the activity that we have, we'll answer the remaining questions.
So now let's get to the most exciting part of the session. Like we hope that we have given you enough information and insights about the SNAP exam. Now it's time for you that we are having a mini mock test exam, which consists of 12 questions, and the mock test is for 12 minutes. And you'll be also, at the end of the session, we'll be announcing the winners of this. And the most exciting part is that the winners will be getting exciting prizes also.
So guys, it's a 12-minute questions quiz, which is again a SNAP-based quiz, because 1 minute में एक question करना है. But shall we give them 15 minutes, guys? Sarthak and Kripa? Yes. So with the kindness of our hearts, we are going to give you 3 minutes extra for filling in the details, and 12 minutes for attempting your test. And the best part is that we don't have any negative marking, because that's something that scares you. So we thought of eliminating it. So let's begin your test, and it's going to get over at what time, guys? 8. Also, if there's some problem with scanning the QR code, we have pasted the link in the chat box. You can access the test through it also. All the best, guys.
So all of you can start your mock now, and we'll be concluding the session by 8:05.
So answering to one of the questions, how many mocks are suggested to crack SNAP? Again, there is no fixed number of mocks. The more the merrier. Again, I'll repeat the point that I said, because you'll get to understand the pattern, you'll get to understand the questions more, and there is no limited number of mocks. I guess that is very clear, and of course that I talked about the 4th of October SNAP, official SNAP. So it's very important for you to complete the registration by the 30th of this month, so that you can access to the official mock. And how much score is needed to get into SCMHRD? I think you should aim for 60 on 60. And I don't think that this is something which is very important, but yes, that is something the cutoff changes every year, and this is something which is very dynamic. It depends on the level of exam and everything. So you should go for the highest score that you can get, and that is of course 60 on 60. And if you prepare well, if you get your basics cleared, if you get all the doubts solved, then definitely you will be able to crack SCMHRD.
Taking up one of the question that how to increase your speed. So like as we are discussing that there is no calculators provided in the SNAP exam. So it is important for you to be well and good at your speed calculations. So the thing is that you can make a formula book or like for the quantitative session, you can make a formula book or the tables that you can write down and revise it frequently. And also practice is the only solution how you can increase frequency and accuracy for the questions of SNAP exams. So please do take mocks in a serious manner, and the analyzing is the most important part. Yeah, so you can increase your accuracy, and also since calculators are not provided, you can also increase the speed by practice.
So one question we received is how many mocks should you take? So there's no specific number or anything like that. It's just that you should take as many mocks as possible, just as other type of questions you can address.
So taking up a question, I have like Nitvika has asked us how you can share like can you share some of the tips on how can I analyze the mock? So the first thing is that take 1 to 2 hours of your time after each mocks to analyze each mock, and also like get to know which session you are good at, because that is the most important part. For the D-Day, you have to attempt maximum number of questions or try to maximize your score in that particular session which you are good at, so that you can the overall since there is no sectional cutoff, you can increase your like maximum score at the end. So the first thing is that do analyze the session, get to know whatever questions you are good at, like whatever sessions you are good at or whatever sessions you are weak at, and make sure that you revise all the sessions which went wrong on your previous snap before taking the next mock, or like revise, go through the all the topics or brush up all the topics before taking the next mock, and you can see the improvement there.
So we also received a question about source of sample questions for SNAP. So if you're going to go to our page, that is admissions and PR, there are various campaigns that we run like Word Up, Logical Amethyst, or Formula of the Week, where you're going to get questions related to the questions that come into SNAP exam. Also, we have an event called Rookie that is coming up very fast, and that's an event which is a 4-week long event where you get everyday quizzes, and after every week weekly winners are announced who are also given some goodies, and after those 4 weeks you have three mock tests, that is two 60 minutes and 1 30-minute. So it's going to be snap based, provided by SCMHRD. So that's an advantage that you will get, and these are some things that you can get apart from the mocks you get from your 2IIM.
So guys, you all have 7 more minutes for the for the quiz to end. So please do give your maximum and score best.
And do attempt all the questions, guys, because there's no negative marking. So attempt all the 12 questions.
So there is a question we have received in the chat box that what is the cutoff for MBA, MBA, BA, and MBA IDM? Uh, Seems that you have an idea about all the specializations that SCMHRD has to offer. So thank you very much for that. But having said that, the cutoff is something which changes every year. But again, aiming for a 99 percentile plus is something which we would suggest. And the cutoff is something which is really released after the examinations and everything. So we cannot have a say on that. And but 99 plus is something which you should aim for, and definitely you will have a very good chance in getting into SCMHRD. So we have got a question that is your college good for marketing? Um, I would suggest you to stay tuned because we have answer to this question. Uh, to a lot of questions like this that we have received in the chat box, and we'll definitely answer them in due course of time. So stay tuned, and we'll definitely resolve all your doubts for the same.
So how is it going, guys? I mean, how do you find the quiz? Easy, difficult, moderate? Please tell us about it in the chat box.
So the deadline for the quiz is 8:05. So we have 4 more minutes. So I'm taking up a question. We have got a question like, can you please tell how to choose my specialization? So stay tuned that we have more slides coming up. We do have slides coming up based on the case comes that SCMHRD is providing, where you get to know how to choose your specializations. So like you have to stay tuned for that. We'll be discussing it in detail at the end.
Two minutes left, guys. Start wrapping up.
We have received a question in the chat box that should we start preparing for SNAP examination after CAT exam? What is your thought about it? So according to us, I believe that you should have an idea about all the topics that come into SNAP examination. Yes, you should focus on CAT exam because that is coming first, but SNAP should not be sidelined because it is also a very important exam. So having said that, you should have an idea about the pattern. You should have an idea about all the types of questions which can come in SNAP examination. But at the same time, you should also focus on CAT examination. You have to balance both the things. So it's better if you start preparing from now on, and the preparation is somewhat similar. Yes, some of the questions that come in SNAP examination, some of the topics that come in SNAP examination are exclusively different. But having said that, preparing for CAT examination and SNAP examination can go simultaneously. It is not that of a big deal because mostly there are many overlapping topics.
And adding to his point, yes, of course, no exam should be sidelined because the approach to every exam is different. I mean, no exam is an easy exam, of course, and so is the case here. The approach is very different because in SNAP you have to play on the strength of your time management. So you should be well acquainted with that. You should give as many mocks with a timer on, जिससे कि you will be able to attempt one question within 1 minute, because of course you'd be aiming to achieve all 60 questions. So for that, you need to be very good at your time management skills, and that is how you should roll. Okay, time up, guys. Please submit your tests and we'll tell your result after the session.
So now, since we have given a test also about SNAP examination, and we have an idea about SNAP examination, its syllabus, its pattern, the time, and everything. So let's talk about SCMHRD, one of the most important B schools when it comes after giving the SNAP examination. So we'll talk about it. So starting with the legacy of excellence, we have over 30 years of legacy, and we are really proud of the fact that we have very strong alumni base and corporate relations. Uh, and we also talking about corporate relations, why it is important, because we have a lot of guest lectures and we have a lot of one-on-one interaction with the alumni as well. So it's very important for us because that is the field we are going to cover. That is the field we are going to explore after our MBA. So SCMHRD offers a provides us with a very good opportunity to have a one-on-one interaction and also guest lectures and leadership talks, which provides us with an exposure when it comes to corporate world. So it is globally recognized, AACSB and NB accredited, which means that it is globally recognized and respected all throughout the world. And we are very happy of this fact. So, answering one of the questions also which was there, which was asked previously in the chat box, that is SCMHRD only good for HR and not for other specializations? Here, I would like to answer that question partially, and rest we will cover it in the coming slides. That just because HR is in the name of SCMHRD, it does not mean that it is only good for HR. It is good for all the fields. It is good for all the specializations that SCMHRD has to offer. So, what are the different types of fields? Let's cover that. So, we have MBA specialization in HR, finance, sales and marketing, operations, and two very niche yet important specializations, that is MBA in business analytics, that is BA, and MBA in IDM, that is infrastructure development and management. So this is not recognized and respected by a lot of colleges, but this is something which SCMHRD has to offer. And why it is so important, this is something which we will cover it in the upcoming slide.
And to add to his points, so basically, just like he mentioned, that we have AACSB and NBA accreditations, which prove that we have the best faculty, we have the best curriculum, and a very dynamic curriculum, which shows that we keep on changing our curriculum with the industrial changes, right? We all know that the market is very dynamic and keeps on changing every day. So that's what we do, so that our students are well acquainted with it. And one of yet again, another best thing about our college is that it's a student-driven campus. Whatever we do, for example, we are from admissions and PR committee. So we help in admissions. So like this, we have various committees due to which our college becomes student-driven, and many things are done by students, which helps students to face real-life problems and helps them to understand how to approach them and how to deal with them. Because we know that only theoretical knowledge is not important, practical knowledge is also important.
So having discussed about the different specializations and everything, so these are the courses offered. Again, yes, core, business analytics, and IDM. So core has four specializations, which is HR, sales and marketing, operations, and finance, which has a total intake of 180 students. Business analytics has a student intake of 90 students, and IDM has 60 students. So moving on. Yes, so getting admission into SCMHRD is might be and should be dream of many people. It was my dream, and so it is very important for us to also tell you guys that how you can get into SCMHRD after the SNAP examination. So yes, the first step is the SNAP examination. The SNAP score is scaled down to 50, and the marks that you get out of 60 are scaled down to 50. And then we have GE, and then we have PI. So here, this is something which is very important yet unique, that this we have GE. Many of the students would have heard about GD and not about GE. So anybody would like to take a random guess in the chat box? We are looking at the chat box. So anybody would have an idea what GE means? Anybody would like to take a random guess what it might be, how different it could be of GD? If anybody would really like to, we would really like to know your opinions about GE. Then of course we'll definitely answer what actually GE means. So, okay, I'll tell what GE means, which holds around 10% of the weightage when it comes to admission process at SCMHRD. So, in a group, what happens in a group discussion, I'll tell you, you are given a topic, you are expected to put out your opinions, the facts and figures, the pros and cons of a topic, discuss it with the other teammates, put your point forward, and then this is what you do in a group discussion, that is a GD. Now, coming on GE, now this is a group exercise. What you have to do, a task is given to a group. So you are divided into groups of 5 to 8 to 10 people, depending on a lot of factors. And then you are given a common task. You have to tell what you are thinking, what is your opinion about the task, and how you can accomplish it, keeping in mind that everybody should be on the common page. So you have to come to a common ground, and then you have to find a common solution, that this is the solution that has been given to the that we have to provide to the question that has been given. So here, why it is so important is because this is exactly what happens in MBA and life after MBA, that you always have to work in a group. You never work alone. So team spirit and team dynamics is something you need to understand. So this is why GE is something which is very important. So that holds around 10% of the weightage. Now coming to the 40%, that is PI. So many people know that PI is personal interview, but here it is personal interaction. So how different it is from an interview, how interaction is different. So yes, it is a kind of an interview, but it is yet more casual and friendly. So it is not something which puts a lot of pressure on the candidate, on the aspirant, because while filling the form of SCMHRD, you are asked certain questions about your personality, about yourself. So whatever you write, that is something which is which gets discussed in the personal interaction. That how passionate you are about your things. Let's say, for example, if you have written something that I'm passionate about cricket, then it's a very normal thing that you would know what is going on in cricket. So it's very normal. So it is all about judging the person and knowing about the person, how passionate that person is, what kind of a person he is. So it's more of something which is very interesting and exciting when it comes to interaction. So this holds around 40% of the weightage, total adds up to 100. So moving on. So now we'll discuss about the eligibility. So talking about again MBA core, BA and IDM. So MBA core admission is conditional on securing a minimum of 50% of your marks in graduation. That is the most important yet necessary condition when it comes to admission in SCMHRD. Now talking about business analytics, minimum of 2 years of full-time work experience in your graduation is required. Yes, there are no pressures when it comes to business analytics. And there was a question also that if a person has 25 months of work experience, what should he do? So I think this slide is something which will answer that question very well. So talking about BA, now we'll talk about IDM. So IDM has two criteria. Number one, either you should have a graduate degree in BE, BTech, B architecture, or B planning. Or if you do not have a degree in these fields, yet you want to discover this field and you want to pursue this field at SCMHRD, you should have a minimum of 12 months of work experience in infrastructure or its related fields, be it consultancy, energy, real estate, logistics, supply chain, anything that is related to infrastructure. So these are all the eligibilities of different courses that are provided in SCMHRD. So moving forward. So we have discussed the eligibility criteria. Now we'll talk about the batch profile. So the average age for MBA core, again, MBA core has four specializations: HR, finance, operations, and sales and marketing. So average age is 24 years with around 40, more than 45% of pressure. So this gives us a very good and average work experience, of course, 11.2 months. So this indicates that we have a perfect mixture of pressures as well as people who have work experience. So it is a very good opportunity for all of you to discover yourself, to have an interaction with people who are more. So it's actually very interesting, because your best friend might be 3 years elder to you or 4 years elder to you, and he has a work experience in these different backgrounds, be it e-commerce, education, BFS, at different domains. So it is really good and helpful for us to have an interaction with them from people from different domains. So it actually broadens your perspective, and you have to work in teams again. So you understand that what it means to work in a corporate setup.
Having said that, yes, of course, you can have friends from various age groups, because, that's what SCMHRD gives you. Like, we have a very close friend who is 30 years of age and who has 6 years of work ex. And, so it gives us a lot of perspective. He is elder than us. He has worked a lot in corporate. So he brings a lot on the table. We get to learn so much about different work culture and how to, roll actually in the corporate. So that's what SCMHRD offers you, diversity, not just in case of academics or freshers or amount of work done, but also in terms of age groups.
So talking about the batch profile of MBA in Business Analytics, the average age is 26 years with an average work experience of 35 months. Yes, people from different domains, be it BFSI, consulting, telecom, healthcare come, and it is again a very good exposure you get from people from different domains. As told earlier that yes, minimum of 2 years of work experience is important. Thus, it indicates that we have no freshers here. So yes, the average work experience is 35 months with zero freshers. So talking about batch profile of business of IDM, that is Infrastructure Development and Management. So the average age is 25 years and 1 month with an average work experience of 14.6 months with over 39 to 40% of freshers. Again, this means that there is a very good mixture of freshers and people from with work experience from different backgrounds, be it IT, logistics, manufacturing, FMCG, and everything. So now the next slide is something which I believe, yes, and here we have the next slide. This is something which I think most of the people would be waiting around and about, and we also have questions regarding the placements. So we'll talk about the placements. So placements are of two types, that is SIP, that is summer internship, and then we have final placement. So summer internship is a 2 month internship after in the month of April to May around. So you have a 2 months internship. So talking about MBA core, the highest stipend is 4.5 lakhs, the average is 2.48, and the median is 2 lakhs. This is for a period of 2 months. And if we talk about the final placements, the highest is 38 lakhs and the average is 24.28 lakhs. That is per annum. That is the CTC you get after your MBA degree is completed. So talking about business analytics. So why business analytics is so important and SCMHRD emphasizes so much on it. Why? Because first I'll talk about the summer internship, that the highest stipend is 3 lakhs, the average is 1.38 and the median is 1.4 lakhs. Now talking about the final placements, since it's a very niche course, it's not recognized and respected by a lot of colleges, and SCMHRD does that. And the industry experts and the corporate experts who want business analytics, again, analytics, data is the new cool, and it is something which is evolving. So they offer pretty good experience, and the highest CTC when it comes to final placements for BA is business analytics is 41.9 lakhs per annum, and the average is 22.14. So again, this is something which is provided by SCMHRD, and we are really proud of the fact we have friends from business analytics, and they are really happy with the faculty, with the courses offered, and with the placements and everything. So moving on to the IDM. So the summer placements is 2.5 lakhs and the average is 0.71 and the median is 0.7. And I think Kripa, you would like to take talk about the final placements, right?
Yeah, talking about the final placements in IDM, the package is 28.9 lakh for the has a highest CTC and the average is 15.98 lakhs. Moving on. So these are the list of prominent recruiters that come to SCMHRD for both the summer placements and our final placements. So do you see any of your dream companies among this list of companies? Please do comment on the chat box. Let's know which all companies you would be liking to work in the future. Can you spot your dream companies among this list of companies? So let me remind you that this is not an exhaustive list of companies. We have many more companies coming each year to SCMHRD. So yeah, I can see so many comments like Google, GSK, Bosch. So yeah, these are some of the prominent companies that come to our campus.
So we have a question in chat box about that. You have heard SCMHRD was in top 8 by LinkedIn. So yes, it's not a PR. It's totally true that we were ranked top 8 in India and 76 globally. So it's totally correct. Not a fab, not a PR.
And now I think from the smile on my face, you would have understood that this is my favorite flight. So I'll talk about the campus, the place where we spend most of our days, most of our nights here. And we don't really go to hostels because I don't really go to my hostel room because this is something I really love. I really love spending time on campus. So what all we have in our campus, I'll talk about that first. So we have a multi-sports arena. So here you can play multiple sports, cricket, football, volleyball, basketball, badminton. We also have a table tennis facility available. And recently, we were also having our cricket tournament, the Symbiosis Premier League. So with proper auctions and auctions and matches, group stages, semi-finals, with all the cheering, sledging, everything. So it was really a good experience. It was a great experience, and this is a place I think it's very close to all of our hearts. And talking about the library, yes, we have a very massive library with a lot of books from all the domains. We also have an online portal which provides quite a lot of number of books from different domains. We also so you have to access the online portal and then you have all the books right in front of your screen. So a fantastic swimming pool, swimming classes. People go there for their swimming in the evening during the daytime. The a gym is there because of course you wouldn't really want to go for a gym session outside your campus if you have such a beautiful campus. So we have a really well equipped gym when it comes to gymming, an auditorium with a great seating facility and good number of comfortable seats, I would say. And this has also become our second home because we have a lot of uh, like talked about leadership talks and a lot of things which provide us an exposure to have a word with the corporates that come to our campus. So now I think this is something. Now what I'm going to discuss is something I think everybody would be really interested in, that about the canteens. So I am really happy to talk about that. That we have canteens. That is the name. That goes by the name of Simbi Eats. So here you have fantastic food. They serve you very good food, be it Indian, be it Chinese, and everything. And I belong to North India, and I was little skeptical while coming to Maharashtra, coming to Pune, that I might not get good North Indian food. But this serves fantastic food. Trust me, guys, it serves fantastic North Indian food, and I'm really happy to have those aloo parathas, rajma chawal. I mean, I cannot name. I'll be very hungry. And of course, talking about urban katta, I think Janvi would like to take that because that is our favorite place. And I think after the session, we are directly going to urban katta. And why we are going, I think Janvi would like to tell them.
Okay, so Arvind Katta is our personal favorite place, guys, because it's a place where so many friendships, so many memories, and we meet so many new people over there. For instance, me and Sarthak became friends over there. So I remember a time I was coming from case competition. It ended, the deadline was at around 2 a.m. We'll tell you about case competitions, but let's first discuss this story. So I was coming after submitting my case competition. I was really exhausted and I didn't have my lunch or dinner and I was really irritated. So I just came to Urban Katta and वहाँ ये मिल गया मुझे. He said कि try cold coffee, and trust me guys, it was one of the best cold coffees I've ever drank. And the Maggie we ate, it was so amazing that my whole day, which was going so bad, it just fixed it. So Urban Katta is that place for us. We have met so many new people. We have socialized a lot. We hang out a lot. It's a place जहाँ एक place पे आप case com कर रहे हो, एक जगह पे jamming हो रही है. So it's the best place where we make so many memories. And then we have auditorium. Like after coming to college, you get divided into divisions, right? So sometimes you feel that you're missing out on your friends. So it's a place where various guest lectures and a lot many induction is also held here. So friends from all divisions and your people come together. So you feel that you are here at the same place. So that is why it's also here in the campus highlights. And then we have gym for gym enthusiasts. We have swimming pool and a lot more campus highlights other than these. Okay, so just like we told you guys that we have a lot many committees and clubs. So alumni relations team is one of them, which helps us stay connected with our alumni. So we'd firstly like to tell you very proudly that we have an alumni base of 7,000 plus alumni who are still connected with us. And to start with them, have you guys watched Shark Tank? Shark Tank sabne dekha hoga, right? Please comment in chat box. Okay, so Shark Tank mein there was this guest shark named Vikas D. Nahar, who is founder and CEO of Hapilo. So he was an alumni of our college. Then we have Vidushi Vijayvargiya, founder of Isip Fragrances, who was a performer, a budding entrepreneur in Shark Tank India. She is also an alumni. You all would have definitely watched Scam 1992, right? So you remember the guy who pestered Harshal Mehta? That is Nikhil Dwivedi. He's also from our college. Then you definitely have heard the song Ambar Sarya. The singer for that song, Sona Mahapatra, is again from our college. So, from this slide, we want to tell you that the students who pass out from our college establish themselves not just in academic or business fields, but they are established in various different aspects and they are doing really good. And one more thing that's really great about our college is that, every year in induction, different alumni come and interact with you. For example, in our induction, Nikhil Dwivedi came and we got to know that how MBA helped him in his entertainment field and helping him establish a production house. In our seniors induction, they had Vikas D. Nahar, who gave them insights about business. So yes, this is something that SCMHRD offers you. Now moving ahead.
So now let's move on to one of the most important slides, that is strategy. So we have been getting questions in the comment box that which specialization which I choose in SCMHRD. So like before discussing about that, first let's discuss about case competitions. That is, Strategy is one of the national level competition that is conducted by SCMHRD on Unstop platform, where we have mainly 3 stages. And the first stage is about an aptitude quiz, which is of 30 minutes, and it will be closer to your SNAP exam pattern. And before that, do you know what are the importance of case competitions? So let me tell you that you have to attend various case competitions throughout the 2 full years of your MBA life. You'll be attending so many case competitions throughout these 2 years. And it is a great CV boosters for freshers or like before getting into an MBA campus. If you are participating in any of the national level case competitions, those are game changers for you because it's a great CV boosters for you. And it will help your CV stand out of the other crowds. Like it will make your CV stand out, and it also add values to your CV to a great extent. So discussing about the strategy, it's a national level case competition. And the first level is of aptitude test, which is mainly of 30 minutes. And it is closer to your SNAP exam pattern. And the people who qualifies the first stage will be attending a masterclass and a case competition release. The case competition is mainly, it is divided into 3 tracks where we'll be concentrating on the 3 specializations, which is offered by SCMHRD. That is the core, IDM, and the BA specializations. So by attending all these case competitions and masterclass, you'll get a good idea about what specialization you'll be going. Like you have to take in the future when you are getting into SCMHRD. And the last and the exciting stage is that you get the opportunity to visit our campus, that is SCMHRD. The people who qualifies to the final stage get an exciting opportunity to visit our campus and present your case in front of our esteemed faculties and industrial professionals. And also you get an amazing opportunity to explore the campus. So we have provided the QR code in order to scan the case competition. So why waste time? Quickly, all of you, please quickly scan the QR code and get registered for Strategy.
Also, guys, this platform is a little new for you all, that is Unstop. So please register right now so that if you have any queries or if you are facing any problem, we can address it right away because this is something very new. And please definitely register, guys. It's going to be a great CV pointer for you all. And also, like we told you a lot about our campus life, right? So why not explore it before actually entering it? And Strategy is going to actually give you a chance to do that. So please register. And if you have any doubts, please ask us in chat box.
And also those who find difficulty in scanning the QR code, the link for the same is also pasted on our chat box. So please do have a look.
So what we basically means is that we have a question that what is a case competition? I think that was very well explained by Kripa. So I'll rephrase it that in a case competition, what happens that a company or an industry offers you a problem that they might be facing or they might face in future, that might be hypothetical, that might be true, and they ask you for your suggestions that how would you tackle that question. So you have to provide your solutions in a form of a Word document or a PPT or whatever the company asks, and they sometimes offer you a PPOs and PPIs as well. So what is a PPO and a PPI? Pre-placement offer and a pre-placement interview. So that is something which is a very good opportunity. And why we really want you guys to scan this QR code or go to the link and register. Why? Because number one, yes, the aptitude quiz, which is very important, because this is directly coming from SCMHRD, and we have worked really hard on developing this quiz. So it means something. This can be taken as a proper official mock as well. And having said that, we have three tracks that were previously explained. One for core, which covers all the domains like HR, sales and marketing, finance, operations. And then we have one for business analytics, and then we have one for idea. So you get an hands-on experience, a proper hands-on experience on all the three fields. If you want to explore, you can take part in one, two, or three depending on your preferences. So you get an hands-on experience. Yes, you can get to know a lot about specializations through YouTube or through Google or everything by talking to people. But this provides you a hands-on experience, which would be really beneficial for all of you guys. So talking about that, we have a question that can you please help me framing why MBA for engineer, specifically software engineer? So I am also a software engineer. I have done my engineering graduation in computer science engineering. So I believe that is something which is very subjective and it depends from person to person. My reason was something which might not be your reason. I am doing human resources, so I have a particular reason of why I want to do human resources. But first of all, you need to be very clear of why you want to do it and what specialization you are choosing, and then you have to be very clear that why you are choosing that specialization. So it depends on person to person. I can definitely give my answer that what was my reason, because I had a very strong reason of doing MBA. It does not mean that I am not a good engineer. I am a very good engineer. I am very happy in doing the technical work. I am really good at it. But at the same time, this was something which excited me more. This is something I was looking forward to do more. Yes, having a decent background of computer science, having a decent background of the coding languages, I am very good in this as well. So I have a very different reason. And this might be same for you as well. This might be same for a lot of people, but I cannot tell exactly what my reason was, because then all the people seeing the live will have the same reason of choosing specialization after degree. So that has to be very subjective, I believe.
Also, we received a question where it said that if we consider, then CAT is not about speed-based exam. It's said takes your time to tackle the different type of questions. But if we consider SNAP, it's speed-based exam. So yes, of course, just like I said that every exam has a very different approach. So does these two exams. No exam is difficult or easy. Again, the approaches are very different. For CAT, the questions are a bit on a higher level, so you need to approach it through that way. And in SNAP, the questions are on an easier note, so you need to approach it through time management skills. So yes, that's the answer for this question.
So guys, we hope that you all have registered for the strategy case competitions. So now we are coming to the end of our sessions, and we are really excited to host this session for you. And we have provided the QR code in order to, you can scan the QR code, which leads to all our social media platforms, that is Instagram, Telegram, Facebook pages. Please do follow on all these social medias where you get to know about the campaigns and events which admissions and PR cells of SCMHRD are conducting.
And now the most exciting part, for which we have been waiting for so long, that is the winners of the quiz. So drum roll, guys. The winners for this quiz are: the person who stood second is Jack Xavier. Huge round of applause for you. Congratulations, Zach. And the person who stood first is Harish Murugan R. Congratulations, really proud of you. And you are doing great. Keep on doing on the same track, and you'll be able to ace it. And yes, the winners will get amazing surprises from us that will be mailed to you very shortly. And yes, here we are towards the end of the session. Thank you so much for being so patient and listening to us so nicely. And thank you for being so interactive.
Congratulations to all the winners, and we hope that we have given you enough insights and values about the SNAP exam and also about SCMHRD.
we really thank you. We would really like to say thank you to Jatin sir and to the whole team of 2IM for giving us the opportunity. It was really great interacting with all of you guys, and we are always here to help. And this is the reason we are. This is the last QR code, of course. We would request you to scan because it would be really helpful for all of you guys also. And we are always ready to help. You can DM us directly. You can get in touch with us through email ID or however you want to be, and we are ready to help. So thank you so much, guys, for giving us this opportunity. I hope we did not bore you. And thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Jatin sir, and to the whole team of
Not at all. You're most welcome. In fact, thanks to the three of you, and also to Shivika and Agniva, who conducted the offline sessions in Chennai. I attended their offline session as well. Very, very useful session. So thanks for taking out the time, and thanks for also bearing with the technical difficulties that we had yesterday. But folks, definitely, please pay attention to all the tips and all the suggestions that these folks have given, because these are folks who were in your boat last year. They scored a 99 plus percentile in SNAP and got through SCMHRD, which is a very, very good college, right? So it's straight from the horse's mouth, right? So definitely pay attention to the advice that they gave you. Again, I'm repeating what I said in the beginning. Please, putting all your eggs in the cat basket is a bad strategy, right? Definitely give all out, give your best attempt to cat, but please fill the other exams as well. And SNAP is a very important exam. It opens doors for some excellent colleges. One of them is SCMHRD. Please take that seriously, fill the application form, and follow all the tips and advice that these folks gave you. All right. Thank you so much, Sarthak, Janvi, and Kripa. Of course, these folks hopefully will come back at a later point in time with some other stuff and goodies for you. And congratulations to Zach, and was it Ruben R, the winner?
Yes, sir. So it was Jack and Harish.
Oh, Jack and Harish. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So congratulations to Jack and Harish. Enjoy your prize. I hope that's a direct admission offer to SCMHRD coming in your mailbox. I'm kidding. But enjoy the prize. Thank you, folks. We'll see you in the next live session. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir.
Yeah. Bye.